Life happens at the level of action. In fact, we are not what we say, but we are what we do. What we do is the real key to our intentions. Let's talk about that. Hi everyone, welcome to Manna for Thought. Happy New Year, guys. I hope that 2021 will be a great year for you. But yes, it is that time of year again. The time of year when we feel as if we have to turn over a new leaf. The time when we misguidedly imagine that the arrival of a new year will magically provide the catalyst, motivation, and persistence we need to reinvent ourselves. It is that time of year when we make resolutions. But what is a resolution? A firm decision to do or not to do something. We list the things that we would like to change or improve in our lives. For me, to lose weight or to become the better version of myself. All that sounds really good. But we make promises to do many things, but oftentimes we don't follow through. Why? Because we didn't start the process with the right mindset. We are operating in dead faith. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. I've always heard people quote this scripture. But what does it mean? Does it mean that if I wanted to become a professional athlete and if I believe it hard enough, it will happen? You still have to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. And let's not forget God's will in our lives. Philippians 4:13 focuses on what the believer can do through the strength that Christ gives. This is not a promise that we will have supernatural powers or that we will be invincible or to remove life's challenges. It rains on the just and on the unjust. Instead, Philippians 4:13 tells us that we will have strength from God to fulfill our purposes and faithfully endure the difficulties of life. But how does that work? By having faith in God. But did you know that there is dead faith and living faith? James 2 verse 17 and 18 says, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Verse 26, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Faith without works is a dead faith because the lack of works reveals the unchanged life or a spiritually dead heart. Faith without works is dead because it reveals a heart that has not been transformed by God. Faith without works is dead because it comes from a heart that has not been regenerated by God. Empty professions of faith have no power to change lives. Faith without works is dead because faith results in a new creation, a changed mind, a changed heart, not repeating the same old patterns of sinful behavior, doing the same old things and expecting different results. Now, inevitably, people with dead faith always substitute words for deeds. They want you to believe that they are what they say, when you must understand that we are what we do. Trust not only in words, the words should be accompanied by action. True faith will always be seen in works. Dead faith will not be seen at all. If there is dead faith, that means there is living faith. It is through living faith in God that we live a life pleasing to Him, loving our brothers and sisters. Without faith, we can't please God. It is through living faith that we can worship him, a God that we cannot see. It is through living faith that I can strive to be holy and righteous as God is. Living faith is something that you do. Faith is action, not passive. It is a commitment. Abraham is a good example of faith, of living faith. God called Abraham to leave his country and kin, and he obeyed, not knowing the outcome. Now that's living faith. This is a new year filled with new opportunities, new resolutions that we are going to make. But I want to challenge you to put your money where your mouth is. Let us no longer make empty promises to ourselves. You have to raise that part of you that have been kept dead for too long. When you make those promises, those resolutions this year, let God arise in you. He is the resurrected God. I'm Allison Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on Manna for Thought.